This is going to be important for you for the rest of your life. So you should get it dialed in and put it on autopilot. And if you need to be really intense about it in the beginning, that's okay. Be intense about it. You might lose a couple friends that weren't really your friends, but the goal is not to lose friends. In this video, I am going to give you the couple surprising beginner weightlifting tips. All right, number one, let's get right into it. Number one tip, getting clear on your why. Why are you doing this? Why will you go to the gym when after 6 weeks you're really sore, you haven't really seen results, you're not sure you know what you're doing, it's awkward every time you go in there. Are you doing the things right? You're not as strong as a lot of the other people in there, and everything kind of hurts. Maybe why are you going to keep going? Why? You got to get clear on that. I mean, for me, there was never a question of that, but I appreciate that everyone might not be in that position. There's certain things I don't do at all that are great, really important, probably things to do in one's life. And there are other people, like you may be watching this and know, look, there's something that you've done great at and it's been practically effortless. There's something in your life that you do really well or really intensely with a great degree of proficiency and enthusiasm and success, whatever it may be. Maybe it's software engineering, maybe it's whatever. Look at something else that you've already done well, that you were naturally interested in, and take that framework and apply it to weightlifting. So there's something else that you're already great at that people might ask you for advice for that you never even had to think about. You're like, well, yeah, I just always loved this. I was just always interested in it. So think about how you, quote unquote, worked so hard at that thing. You put in a lot of focus, time, energy, effort that some people would look at and say, oh my gosh, I can't believe, maybe like building canoes, and you've just always built canoes and everyone's like, it's terrible. Think of something better than that. Think of something that applies to you in your own life. I mean, I was like playing sports growing up, and then I was just always into weightlifting as soon as I ever heard it was a thing when I was in middle school. I don't know. I never really sat back and questioned it even until now, but I was just always innately interested as far as I can tell. I was really into weightlifting, and then I was really into the link between weightlifting, eating, and my physique, like how I look. I was always fascinated with it. I got really into that in college. I can remember in particular one of my, I wouldn't call him a friend, one of my friends in college saying, why are you doing all this shit now? You have the rest of your life to do this. You can do this when you're out of college and you're an adult, but you should just be having fun. You should be going out more and getting drunker and things like that. Some people don't like it when you aren't doing what you were doing before or what they're doing, something like that. So I can remember I was always into this. It wasn't even a question for me, but for you, it might be. So that's why I would say, think about something else that you've already done that you're effortlessly great at. You could have something in your life like that other people, but come on, yeah you do. Motivational Trevor, they call him. All right, so that's step number one. You think about something else that you've done well and apply that framework to weightlifting. And know that that's really important. It's really important to know your why and why you're doing this, because you're going to run into a lot of hurdles when you are first getting into weightlifting. And hey, maybe not. Maybe you're going to take to it immediately, I guess like I did and like a lot of people do, but you want to know why you're doing it. And some suggestions for why you might want to do it. Well, I'm going to wrap a couple things into this. So the reason you want to do it, it's for the man you become along the journey. But really it is. So many things will come out of your journey to gain muscle and lose fat that you can't even imagine right now. There's so much being proud of yourself and loving yourself and feeling good about yourself that comes from, in this context, like working your butt off to lift weights as hard as you can, being disciplined on your eating enough protein, planning your meals. If you're not already decently jacked, well, you're going to feel like you're putting in a tremendous amount of effort to get that way. Now, it's all this stuff's on autopilot for me, the way that I eat, the way that I work out, and maintain even just a little bit of muscle. Remember, I'm not claiming to be a bodybuilder here, but I don't think that's what a lot of people want. And that's not what the ladies want either, if that's what you're in this for. you just want to have a little bit of muscle. You want to be decently jacked. So figure out your why for being decently jacked. A big why is simply looking your best. I promise. The version of you that has at least a minimal amount of muscle and not too much fat covering it up is the best looking version of you. So you'll see that in yourself, and you'll get that from whatever context it may be. You'll succeed more in the workplace, just when, you want to look good, feel good, play good, all that stuff. Carries over into so many other areas of your life. So many things about your life improve. Why should you want to be getting into beginner weightlifting tips? Understand that this is one of the greatest it's just one of the greatest things you can do for yourself. You'll be so glad that you did. There is so much good that comes with it. The potential pitfalls are if you don't want to overdo it and obsess about it too much, but you probably don't need to worry about that in the beginning. And in fact, I think you should obsess about it to some degree in the beginning, and that's okay. You want to obsess about it in the beginning, I say, so that you can be unconsciously competent about it for the rest of your life. Dedicate some amount of time to being obsessed with how you're eating, how you're training, building muscle, the intensity, the consistency, all of it. Get dialed in, and then you can maintain this level of unconscious competence for the rest of your life. Again, I've been decently jacked for 16 years. And there were times, one time I can think of in particular, where I was super intense about it, too intense about it. Except as soon as I say, I was too intense about it, but I wasn't really. It was a good thing to do for a period of time, so that now, over the course of these 15 years, I've been in shape the whole time. And I'm going to easily be in shape for the rest of my life because I've dialed this stuff in so hard. That's what I think the goal is. That's what the gym is for. That's what this whole weightlifting and physique and evidence-based fitness, all of it, what is it all for? It's to feel good. You want to feel good, be eating healthy to some degree, and without getting into, we're going to major in the majors here, not major in the minors. We're not going to get into all the which diet is perfect and keto or carnivore or what do you think, or can I be vegan? Before you get into any of that stuff, just the very basics are eating enough protein, eating good whole foods, eating and training and sleeping and not staying up all night drinking or playing video games or something like that. All these things are going to help you feel your best. So that's a big reason that you want to get into weightlifting and that it benefits you for the rest of your life. And this never stops. My dad is 75 and he is still on his fitness journey. We were talking about making sure he's got enough protein in. He's still lifting weights 3 days a week. He's 75. This is going to be important for you for the rest of your life. So you should get it dialed in and put it on autopilot. And if you need to be really intense about it in the beginning, that's okay. Be intense about it. You might lose a couple friends that weren't really your friends, but the goal is not to lose friends. You want to keep and cultivate great relationships in your life, certainly. Don't be afraid to do something a little bit different, especially in the short term, so that you can then put the stuff on autopilot and look your best in your clothes you're wearing, whatever it is. Go to the beach, be at the pool, and not have this be an area of self-consciousness when it's so controllable. There's something you can do about it. It's called gaining muscle and losing fat. It's called upping your physique. So, all right, now the biggest beginner weightlifting tips, you got to keep a food journal, track everything you're eating so you know that you're getting enough protein. The diet's way too important to be guessing, or you need to know exactly what you're eating. You need to know what your TDE is, your total daily energy expenditure, so that you know how much you need to be eating and you can adjust that. The diet's way too important to guess on. It's so easy to get that data, and there's so many apps that can help. It's so easy to track, and it's a no-brainer. The eating part of how your physique ends up looking is way too important to leave it up to guesswork. So you have to have a food journal, food diary, and within 95% to 99% accuracy, log every single thing that you eat. Make sure you get enough protein, make sure you're getting the right amount of calories for what you are trying to achieve there. Know that you're going to need to train up the intensity big time. That's one of the biggest things that shocks me so every once in a while when I see someone working out and notice that they don't take a single set to, when we talk about failure, taking a set to failure, this is what I got from Menno Henselman, my old trainer, who's now kind of a thing in the evidence-based fitness community. But getting to this point where You're lifting as intensely as you possibly can. You're putting all your strength into it. Your family's gonna die if you don't complete this lift. You're gay if you don't complete this lift. Or if you're gay, you're straight if you don't complete this lift, okay? That's the kind of intensity you need to take to the lift, and then you do it until your last good rep. So don't go for that extra half rep that you're really gonna be contorting and cheating on. You don't need that rep. That rep's not doing anything for you other than maybe getting you hurt. So as intensely as you can with all of your strength until your last good one that you know is gonna be your last good one. And you get more of a feeling for that, more of a sense for it as you go throughout your weightlifting journey. Know that you gotta put the intensity in and train the intensity. That was 3. That's all you're getting today, okay? Get to the why. Think about how you've already done something. You've already been great at something in your life that felt effortless for you. So think about how you can bring that to weightlifting. What would it look like if you loved it? What would you do? And keep a food journal and train up the intensity. That's it. And then make sure you are meditating and being grateful as well.